So just to review what we've done in the last hour,
Yeah.
I've made some notes on the top right there on the screen. These are launch monitor details. So they're the numbers that you started with. So your swing path was 10 degrees out to in to the right, and your angle of attack was 6 degrees down. And obviously the driver is the worst club in your bag. You've dropped down to the mini driver, 14 degrees. I'll have to try and help. So what we need to try and do is square up that path a little bit. So the club is travelling through the ball a little bit squarer this way, rather than travelling that way. But also shallow out the hit so that the club is travelling a little bit more level to the floor, a little bit flatter, not hitting down as much. So if you look at the delivery of your club, posture's pretty good. You wind the golf club up and you start to rotate your body and you get the club into a reasonable plane there. That's pretty good. It's nothing wrong with that. And then what we've tried to do is just keep the club a little bit shorter at the top. So we'd like you to maybe stop somewhere there, which we believe will make it a little easier for you to drop the golf club back the same way that it's come from. What actually happens is it gets a little bit long, which means the arm plane gets a little bit high, and then the transition is over or forwards. So the transition from the backward swing to the forward swing, or the upswing to the downswing, whatever you want to call it, is a little steep now. Club moves out in front of you.
There's probably more arms than legs, isn't it?
But I don't think you can sequence the legs because of that little bit extra length. But you're absolutely right. The sequence wants to come from the floor up. So we've obviously stood here.
Although I'm moving that's not really doing anything.
No, it's reacting. It's reacting. The upper's moving. So you've got it a little bit long at the top, and then the upper body is moving. Whereas what we've obviously worked on for an hour is a little bit shorter, but then using the lower body to just move towards the target and let this just drop back down into position. And you can obviously see that your club attack now is very much down. Look at the height of that above the ball. So it's very much down. It's obviously travelling across as well. We know that from the launch monitor. Just as an example, I understand that this is with a shorter club. McIlroy, I'll flip him left-handed for you, just as an example. And I understand it's a wedge, but you'll get the idea. A little bit shorter in the backswing. Which keeps the lead arm a little bit lower. So because it's a little shorter, the lead arm's a little lower. Your lead arm was in that position at one point, but the length has taken it up. And then the lower...
Is that why it's more steep?
A little. So it's not the perfect comparison, but it will give you a good idea. And then the lower body leads the downward stroke. So the golf club drops back down, and the club is more behind him. This is what elite players share, or good players share. They have the club behind them. A lot of people that I video have the club out in front. So now the attack at the golf ball is more from the inside, and most people that we help attack the golf ball from the outside. Have I explained that okay?
Yeah.
So the task is to make some inroads into those numbers at the top. Path 10 right, 10 out to in. 6 degrees down. And this is what 10 degrees out to in and 6 degrees down looks like in video. Happy?
Yeah.
Good session.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Graham. Really good.